What's that? The land has flooded and you and the person closest to you in the world need to go on an adventure to find out what's happened. No, it's not God of War, it's Adventure Time. Pirates of Enchiridion. Pirates of Enchiridion. Pirates of Enchiridion. It's an Adventure Time game from the cult Cartoon Network series. And because Rab likes to point out that I like my Rick and Morty type things, and this does indeed feature voice talent from some of my favourite cartoons like Rick and Morty and Futurama. Look, I'm not afraid to admit what I like. I'm a grown man. I love cartoons. So what of it? Just because it's a cartoon doesn't mean that there isn't often deeply insightful and highly conceptual topics being pulled apart and explored in creative and new ways never even seen before. So the land of Ooo has flooded and there's pirates out there. Yarg! And it's up to Finn and Jake to find out what the hell's gone on. It's a fairly straightforward turn-based RPG that's got lots of colour, charm and character. The map appears at first to be pretty expansive, mainly due to the length of time it takes to traverse it. But in reality, we are only dealing with a collection of mini-zones that can feel a wee bit bare. Combat isn't the most challenging. You do eventually piece together your preferred ways of finding victory, but you're not facing a challenge as such. And it is at this point that I start to realise that I'm playing another children's game. What's wrong with me? To be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of turn-based fighting anyway. So I don't mind something relaxed and simple to draw me in. I felt like I knew what was going on. It was all manageable. It reminded me of when I tried to play a five-a-side game a few months ago. A five-a-side football, and I just embarrassed myself against all these 21-year-olds. And then I played my 2-year-old son in the back garden the other day, and it turns out that I'm actually better than I've ever been. And he's well younger than those other guys. So there you go. Anyway, there's more than just your standard RPG battling. There's puzzles too, and this is where Adventure Time finds its funny bone. Interrogation Time being my favourite, where Finn and Jake take turns to be good cop and bad cop and work their magic on some bizarre inhabitant of Enchiridion, the world they're in. This is a good game for RPG beginners. Has it persuaded me to get into more complex turn-based RPGs? No, I'm still not into them. But it did give me a wee dip into the Adventure Time world, that was all I was after, if I'm honest. The actual show it's one of those rarities that manages to find an audience that spans generations. But evidently, that wasn't the plan for this game. I bought another kids game. Alright, look, I had an adventure and I'm happy with that.